So, I've had a little under a year to think about what I was going to say today. As it's been a year today. And it is a stark contrast from her final day on Earth to what I get to experience right now, and it really seems kind of fitting that she was in the sunshine and happy and having a ball, snowboarding, and here I am at her final resting place as the cold and the rain and the wind and the gloom sweeps over me. This is a representation of how I feel. While I've had time to think about this, I wanted to plan this out a little bit and have talking points. And, when I really thought about it, that, you can't plan things like this. Like, how do you, summarize your year in brief? And you can't. So I don't have any notes or anything. I just have to speak from the heart and how I feel. But most importantly, there's one thing that's on my mind. And I don't want to point fingers and blame, but I'm a little perturbed and angry about the response that I've gotten. Most importantly, a couple days before Thanksgiving, I was at Crave, a cafe at Google, and the subject had come up with an associate of mine. And just, how this whole grieving process, kind of took over and changed everything about me. And it really broke me as a person. There's very little of the original Ryoga left. Like, it made me bitter and cynical and just unwilling to smile and be happy about much of anything. All I see is wickedness and dread, in everything. But enough of it. But she says to me, this person, Ryoga, why don't you just get over it? And I got angry. I didn't let her know, but I got really fucking angry that someone could just say, just get over it. Move on. Go find another girl. Or, whatever. She died and have a good life. It really doesn't work like that. And you would have had to been there, but right now, if I could just get it out, how fucking dare you say that to me? Why don't you just go over it? Get over it. Like, while I'm not looking for pity or some, shoulder to cry on, it just seemed like that was one of the most evil things that someone could say to me. But I thought about it, and I contemplated it, and, I was like, maybe she's right. Maybe I should just get over it. Maybe I should just move on and, do my thing and, smile and, have a Coke and sip of wine or whatever. But then I really thought about why this affects me so bad. And for anyone who knows me, you don't really understand what I lost. And I really feel that I live for a really finite few things, and my purpose in life, I feel, is to bring people up, help others, and take their burdens from them whenever I can. It's what I do, and I do it really well. And the other thing is, I was sent here to love, because it's all I think about. Love. How can I get it? How can I give it? How do I hold on to it? And after years of failed relationships and chaos and crazy ass women and bad dates and people who went out of their way to like intentionally like scar me, I finally found someone that got me, that understood me inside and out, and not only like was willing to put up with my shit, but loved it, loved me as a person, and really wanted nothing more than for me to be happy. And the same thing with me. I just wanted her to be happy, and I was going to spend the rest of my life with her. We had our ups and downs and had our troubles, and everything wasn't perfect, but there was no doubt in my mind that when all was said and done, at some point I was going to put a ring on her finger, and I'd wake up to her face every single day until one of us left. And she left before me. And I feel, as selfish as this sounds, I feel cheated and robbed that I don't have that opportunity anymore. So when someone says to me, why don't you just get over it? I can't, because I lost what I truly and honestly feel. And people will dispute this and say, it gets better and you can move on. No. I truly lost my one and only opportunity to have a family. And that digs into me. So, maybe that just wasn't meant to be. Maybe that one thing that I wanted more than anything, that I was willing to give up everything for, just wasn't, in my cards. Maybe it's something else. I just haven't realized what it's supposed to be. That part went away. It's been a long road, and I'm always reminded how in Wicked, the book, when the Scarecrow says, or was it the Tin Man, said in reference to the Wicked Witch of the West, that no one is exempt from grief. And it's true. And I don't know how long this is going to last, and I don't know, if a day will come where I can smile about it and just be happy about the good times and, move forward, but today is not that day. I feel really abandoned. Not necessarily by her, but people in general. When this happened, of course, everyone sent their well wishes. And, Ryoga, if you need anything, just call. We'll be here for you. Don't worry about it. If you need someone to talk to, just call us, text us, send smoke signals, emails, whatever you want to do, we'll be there, and we'll be like bros, and we'll hug you, and we'll put you back on the right track. And that didn't happen either. It started well, and one by one, calls stopped being answered, and texts stopped being responded to, and emails were ignored. And little by little, everyone who, with two exceptions, the people who I thought I was closest to, vanished. And I've had to deal with this by myself. And that's okay. It's my burden to bear. But I am reminded by an email that I got a couple weeks ago from someone who I thought was one of my best friends. And I truly believe she was one of my best friends. She sent me an email or a message on Facebook saying, in so many words, that if you don't stop talking about it, I'm going to delete you because other people have to deal with their own stuff, and it's the holiday season, and you're just making everyone else upset. So I removed her from my Facebook friends. I know it's kind of cheesy, so immature, but I had to, because I just had to do it. I couldn't have someone's negativity on that level, be brought upon me. It's dark out here. And it sucks because, I'm here and I should be happy. I really should, I should be seeing this as a celebration of, who she was. But I can't. And the irony is, everyone else in this city is so happy right now. They're ecstatic and elated because, it's playoffs and, San Francisco 49ers are taking on the Giants and, there is an entire city of people here happy and excited and ecstatic and just having a grand old time. And I'm not. And I don't know when I will again. But that's okay. This is my way of doing it. So if I could just say anything, it's for some reason, and you'd have to know this about her. There's two things she loved in life. More than just about anything. And that's Michael Jackson and Batman. This chick loved Batman. A lot. And Batman visits his parents' site on their death day, doesn't he? Yeah. Well, it's kind of fitting that I came here. It's not why I came here, but, I know Batman goes to, was it Crime Alley or whatever, where, his parents were shot down and lays 2 roses. But I'm reminded of the final story for Batman Beyond that was done on the Justice League. And God, I forget her name, but she was talking to Terry, and she said, take care of those who you're close to, or not, it's up to you. And from that I kind of gather, the theme of her service when she died was, tomorrow is never promised. And it's so true, that we never know how much time we have here. And that in a blink of an eye, we can get hit by a bus, or succumb to an illness, or just be caught, in some random event, that takes us from here. And, we always say that, we don't want to leave with anything ill in our hearts. And that's one thing that I'm gathering, is the last conversation we had was an argument. And, I wish we didn't have to leave it that way. And I tried to, make up for it, but it was too late. But if you love someone, let them know. You have to. It's, and don't leave things unsettled. Alright, I'm gonna go now. Thanks for listening to my rants. And good night, my sweet angel. Even though you aren't here. This location is just a representation of what you were in the physical. Yeah. See you guys.